Welcome to Connecticut Children's Yoga. In this video, we're going to practice a series of poses that you can use at home or anywhere, anytime. You may feel a particular draw to a certain pose, and you can use that pose whenever you need it, or you can link some of them together. It's up to you. To start, we're just going to stay seated, and we'll take a seated twist. So take your right hand to your left knee, and if you'd like, you can take a block behind you for extra support and lift. Otherwise, you can take your hand behind you, lift up through the spine, and just glance over your left shoulder. Good. See if you can relax through your shoulders just a bit, and breathe in your belly. And exhale, release, and we'll simply switch sides. Left hand to right knee. Breathe in, get tall. Breathe out, relax through the neck and shoulders, and glance over that right shoulder. Good, and come back to center. Great. You can set your block aside if you have it, and next we'll take tabletop. I find tabletop to just be a nice, grounding, stabilizing position. And you can take your wrist under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. So let's try that together now. Excellent. And if your knees are together, see if you take them apart just a tad and if that feels better. Great. You're going to press through all of your fingers and your thumb. Relax through the shoulders and just slightly draw the belly in and up. And take a breath here. Good, and exhale. Great, that's tabletop. Come on up to stand at the top of your mat. You're gonna take your feet hips distance apart. Take your hands to your side. And notice when you did that, if your shoulders came up a little bit. A lot of times my shoulders sneak up towards my ears. I just wanna relax them down, but stay lifted and tall. And breathe in your belly. Great work. That's mountain pose. Next, we'll try forward fold. So we're going to take our arms up as we breathe in. And as we breathe out, we'll bend our knees and fold down towards the floor. I like to use a block when I'm feeling a little bit more tight to relax my neck and my shoulders more. So I have the support of the block, and then I can release down through my head and my neck. Otherwise, you can leave your block aside and simply fold forward towards the ground with your fingers on the ground. Let's try that together now. Breathe in and up, and out and down. And take a breath here. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Good. On an inhale, we'll rise up. You can lift your hands up and exhale your hands to your heart. Great. Forward fold. We'll try a standing position next. This is tree pose, and there are several variations for this. So to begin, I always like to just keep my toes on the floor and my heel just above my ankle. Right now I have my right toes on the floor, my hands to my heart, and then if I feel extra stable, I can reach up with my arms. I can keep them apart as well if the shoulders feel too tight together. If at any point you feel dizzy or fatigued doing any of these poses, remember to take a break. You can sit down. You can lie down, or you can take your child's pose. Okay, so let's try this first version of tree pose together. Press your left foot into the ground, lift your right heel up, keep your toes on the ground. Good work. Then just take your hands to your heart. And in a balancing pose, it's very important to find a spot to look at on the ground with your eyes. You might want to try to find a spot just a couple feet in front of you, maybe 3, so a few feet. and breathe. Good. And then if you feel stable, you can practice lifting those arms up or taking them wider. Good. Breathing in your belly the whole time. And release. Great work. Shift the weight into your right foot this time. Left heel up. And press those toes down into the ground. Good. Find your spot to look at. And see if you can keep those muscles in your face around your eyes very soft again, relaxing them. And again, if you have the stability, feel free to raise the arms up, breathing in your belly. I'm taking my shoulders a little bit wider and my hands wider for some extra room in my shoulders and my neck. Great. Release. Good work. Okay. We'll try a little bit of a second variation of tree pose here. And we'll press our left foot down this time. And we can practice taking that foot just below the knee. So we never want to press our foot into our knee, but you can take the heel just below the knee and you can find your spot to look at and breathe. If you find yourself doing this, which I sometimes do when I'm practicing, wobbling, just set your foot down and you have some stability and then you can take a break. But the first step is to just set that foot down. Okay. Press the left foot down and then you can play around with it. You can see if it works to lift the foot. Find your spot on the ground. Breathe in the belly and raise the arms. Good. Great job just setting the foot down. And then you can try again. Great work. And exhale, release. Hands to your heart. Good. Take a breath in your belly to reset. And then second side. Lift the left foot. Press the right foot down first, then lift the left foot. Find the spot on the floor to look at. Practice your breathing in your belly. No big deal. Good. And then if you're ready, you can raise the arms up. And if you lose balance, set the foot down. Take a break or try again. Great work. And release. That's tree pose, a balancing pose. Okay, we are now going to go into downward facing dog. And we're going to practice doing that just from standing up. So you can press the hands onto the floor, step the feet back, lift the hips, and stretch through the palms. We want to make sure that we are not pressing our elbows so that they turn this way. I tend to do that a lot, so I have to really practice bending my elbows a little bit for stability. If you're an athlete or a dancer, sometimes that will really happen. So you can try to just press the hands down and bend the elbows just a bit in downward facing dog. Okay, let's try it together. Set the hands down, walk the feet back, and then relax through the neck and the shoulders as much as you can, releasing your neck down towards the floor and the top of your head down towards the floor. And you can practice stepping your feet, Elena, just a little bit apart. There you go. And breathing in your belly. Great work. Exhale, you can release your knees down into tabletop. Good, and sit back on your heels. Great. Next, we'll take Crocodile Pose. This is a pose that you can take during any of the yoga sequences. And we can take our belly all the way to the ground. One forearm to the ground, the other forearm on top. And then we just turn our head to one side and breathe. Okay, let's do it together. Good. Take a deep breath in your belly. Exhale. Good work. And then switch sides. Turn your neck to the other side. Take one breath there. Breathe out. Good. And then take your hands back towards your side from here. We'll move into a baby cobra. Hug the elbows in. Press the tops of your feet down. Good. And then, just like we did before, try your shoulder shrug. And then remove those shoulders from the ears. Good. Just pull them back. Breathe in, lift up just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit to start, yeah. Just a few inches. That's it, Elena. Good. And then exhale, release. And we'll take it a little bit higher this time. You can press the feet into the ground, hug the elbows in, and if you want to come up just a bit more. Good. Bend the elbows in. Breathe in your belly. Beautiful. And release. Good. Come up to tabletop. And from tabletop, we'll take child's pose. You can use a block in child's pose for extra support. And press your forehead to the block and take the arms back. If you're feeling flexible, you can take your head all the way down. Wherever you are, you're going to make sure you're breathing in your belly and softening those muscles in the eyes and the face. Good. Go ahead and let's do it together now. Take a deep breath in the belly here. Breathe out. And come on up. That's child's pose, one of our resting poses. Let's try another resting pose here. We're just going to stretch our legs forward and out. We're going to take our hands behind us and we can lean back. Good. Take a deep breath in your belly. And exhale. Good work. Bend the knees. Scoot your bottom forward just a bit. And roll down onto your back. Take your hands by your sides with the palms face down. Draw your feet in towards your bottom and make sure they're hip distance apart. So you need to take the feet probably just a little bit wider. There you go. We'll take bridge pose now. As we breathe in, we're going to lift our hips up off the ground. And then as we breathe out, we're going to lower them gently. Good work. We can do it all together. Breathe in, lift your hips. And the eyes can look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, release. Great job. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a breath here. Exhale. And then release the legs, stretch them all the way out. Take your hands to your belly or to your side, whatever feels comfortable for you. And this is a very important pose. This is rest pose. And sometimes we want to skip rest pose because it might feel like a waste of time. If it's uncomfortable for you, you can always skip it. But if you feel brave to try it, it may help you feel relaxed and unwind just a little bit more at the end of your yoga practice, or sometimes even the beginning. You can take this pose at any point during the day. When you're in rest pose, you can choose to close your eyes or keep them open, softening those muscles around the eyes and in the forehead. Good. And we'll just rest here for a moment, quietly unwinding. Beautiful. Take a deeper breath into your belly. Breathe out, let it go. Do 2 more like that. Breathe into your belly. Breathe out, let it go. Good work. Last one. Deep and wide breath. And exhale, let it go. Good. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Hug your knees into your body. Give yourself a nice hug. A really comforting hug. Beautiful. And then it's your choice. Rock to your left or right side so that the side of your body is resting on the ground. And you can take your hands to the ground. Take one more deep breath here. Breathe in your belly. Breathe out. And then use your hands to press you back up to sitting. Good. Hands to your knees. Shoulder shrug. Great work. That's a series of poses available to you at any time and in any place you can find your own privacy or quiet space to practice yoga. Thank you.